Now's a good time to remember where tequila's story truly began. In 1795, Cuervo invented tequila.
Cuervo.
What are you doing here?
Cuervo. Anytime someone says Cuervo, I show up.
Well, I do know that to be true, but even during ad reads, like...
Cuervo.
I think he could lay out, especially for one of our great partners.
Sweet, delicious Cuervo.
Since then, Cuervo has stayed true to its roots. The same family, the same land, the same passion.
Cuervo.
So, enjoy the tequila that started it all. Cuervo.
Cuervo.
The tequila that invented tequila. Proximo. Cuervo.com. Please drink responsibly.
Cuervo.
At Sierra, discover top workout gear at incredible prices, which might lead to another discovery. Your headphones haven't been connected this whole time. Awkward. Discover top brands at unexpectedly low prices. Sierra, let's get moving.
Somebody finally did the thing, and the ones who did it were the Vegas Golden Knights. This is the Hockey Show.
ما في وقت للعب 9-1 كونتينيو يجي نار من الاستوديو نبني ولا لازم شو
David Drucker, the Hockey News is to my left. We got Ethan and Rose in the other room. My name is Roy Bellamy. This is the Hockey Show. We have a YouTube page. Follow us there at the Hockey Show DLS. And on TikTok, the Hockey Show 7. And on X, Instagram, and Threads is Hockey Show DLS. So, the Vegas Golden Knights have decided to give a PTO to Carter Hart. This is his first opportunity after the trial for sexual assault, along with 4 other members of Hockey Canada, to get a tryout for the National Hockey League club. So he gets to practice today. He cannot play until December 1st. If he's successful with his PTO, he can go and be assigned to the Henderson Silver Knights of the American Hockey League. Yeah, this is a decision. They kicked the tires. They were the first ones to do it. I don't know, man. I mean, this is bad behavior. This is another instance of somebody getting a second chance here in this league after doing bad behavior. Now, keep in mind that all 5 of these members were acquitted because the judge says the witness testimony
they did not
was
find
not
her
suspicious.
credible. Yeah,
they didn't find her credible.
Look, it's certainly not black and white, as many of these are not. And there's going to be a lot of opinions on either side. I think we both have kind of made it known how we feel about what happened, the testimony, what's kind of played out since. And I don't want to say anxious because I don't feel like that's the right word, but I want to see how this plays out as he starts playing, as he gets on the ice, as you see him in the Vegas gear. He's going to answer questions. His teammates are going to answer questions. It's going to be a long series of events that play out before he ever plays an NHL game, if that in fact does happen. Mm-hmm. But yeah, there was a decision.
Yeah, we put the statement from the team on the screen a little bit ago. They said, and I quote, "We remain committed to the core values that have defined our organization from its inception and expect that our players will continue to meet these standards moving forward." Now, they have Aiden Hill. They have Akira Schmid. I mean, is the goaltending situation this bad?
Let's be clear. Aiden Hill went down with an injury the other night.
Yes.
And that kind of prompted this. This was already kind of coming, but this prompted this. I mean, yeah, if we're being honest, like the Golden Knights in that statement said, we remain committed to the core values that have defined our organization, which is clearly we don't care about anything else except winning. And they have made that clear throughout their time as an organization that the only thing that matters to them is winning. And they're going to sign players, no matter what, that give them a chance to win. And out of these 5 players, only one has been determined good enough by the league to the point where teams are saying, we don't care about this. We want to sign you because you're good enough. And it's not surprising. This isn't an only NHL problem. Like, there have been plenty of players across leagues. There are guys you watch every Sunday that have gotten second chances after incidences like this. Probably didn't deserve them.
It's not just players; it's executives.
Yeah, I was going to say we have coaches,
of course,
we got executives.
Of course, the bottom line in professional sports is usually winning, and if teams think you're good enough to help contribute to them winning, you're probably going to get a second chance.
Yeah, just ask the Ducks. Joe Grego is coaching the team right now.
Stan Bowman is the GM of the Edmonton Oilers.
That's the message that we're getting now. It's not what's said in the statements, but it's the actions. And the actions are second chances are going to be allowed.
Or third or fourth or fifth.
For what it's worth, statements thoughts and prayers, all that bullshit, fine. But like actions are what you judge a person on. And the actions are saying a very clear message right now.
Yeah, so there you go. Carter Hart with a PTO, with a professional tryout with the Vegas Golden Knights. We move on to the New York Rangers, who are not good offensively.
When you're getting compared to the early 2000 Panthers, it's probably not a good thing for you. And the Rangers broke a Panthers record, Roy.
Yeah, and this is the record. No, this is a different record. They became the first team in NHL history to be shut out in its first 3 home games. That's bad. All right. Now, this is the Panthers record right here. The Rangers are so bad that their 180 minutes of being shut out at home is the second longest to start a season in NHL history, surpassing the 2001 Florida Panthers, who went 155 minutes and 17 seconds. That is second now behind the 1928 Pittsburgh Pirates, who went 187 minutes and 19 seconds.
Do you remember that Panthers team, what the slogan was when going into the year? Every year the team has a slogan.
Was that the Monk season?
That was the slogan was one goal, win. And by the third game, you know what the fans were chanting?
One goal.
One goal, please.
Please.
The Rangers, if you watch like some of the highlights, they're getting goalied like crazy. Like Stolarz made an insane save last night. I forget who they played at home 2 nights ago. Stu Skinner.
Edmonton.
Stu Skinner made an absurd robbery. He pitched a shutout. Like, they're generating chances, but it is not inspiring at all that they hire a new head coach, somebody that's supposed to kind of, propel this team like the Athletic had them. Mike Sullivan raised their playoff chances by 12%, according to the Athletics preseason projections. And so far, they've scored no goals at home. It has to be really uninspiring for Rangers fans.
Well, more bad news for them because Vincent Trocheck is now on long-term injury reserve with an upper body injury. He's not going to be back until at least November the 1st, and that's when they play the Seattle Kraken. They lost last night to the Toronto Maple Leafs. That was a close game, 2-1.
Yeah, overtime. If one thing about the Rangers that you have to be excited about if you're a Rangers fan is Igor Shesterkin looks like he's back.
Yeah, and the defense is good.
The defense has been solid.
Yeah, they are top 5 in goals against per game, in shots against per game, and high danger chances against per game.
They just can't put the puck in the net.
No, they're bad offensively. That was Mike Kelly of Sports Logic with those stats.
But it's fun. Like, their 4 losses, they've scored a combined 1 goal. Yeah. And in their 2 wins, they've scored 10 goals.
But the numbers are virtually identical. And they scored before Thursday, they scored 5 goals on the road. Now it's 6 goals.
Yeah.
But they scored 0 goals at home.
That's rough, man.
That's
a team that they've got some players, man.
Yeah. Well, they had a player. His name was Chris Kreider. He scored 4.
Who's doing amazing in Anaheim?
Yeah, he's doing great in Anaheim.
But they still got
Zibanejad!
And they've got the Breadman, and they've got Adam Fox, and they've got some good players,
Yeah. It's a bad situation over there. It's also a bad situation in Nassau County. Because
I love how you smile as you bring that. It's a bad in Nassau.
In Nassau County. The Sabres beat the Senators on Wednesday. And when they did that made the New York Islanders at the time, the only pointless team in the National Hockey League.
The last dog at the bowl.
The last one. And they missed all the alcohol. They finally ended up winning against the Edmonton Oilers of all teams.
Of course.
Because of course.
After Edmonton shut out the Rangers.
By the way, I'm looking at the standings now. The Islanders have scored 11 goals, as have the Rangers this year. The Edmonton Oilers have scored 10. That's got to be concerning, and Connor McDavid doesn't have a goal yet. We know slow starts are kind of the thing in Edmonton. They've had really slow starts the last 2 years. They're going to be fine. They're a really good team, and please, Connor McDavid is obviously going to be fine. But definitely not a great start. And did anybody see what Evan Bouchard did last night?
Back in the Islanders, Bo Horvath had a hat trick last night, by the way. And He was the first player in Islanders in 31 years for the Islanders to score an even strength power play and shorthanded
a little
goal.
Lemieux-ish.
Yeah. Let's talk about Matthew Schaefer.
Oh, man.
Matthew Schaefer is a Calder Trophy candidate.
He looks good, man.
Yeah.
Young defensemen don't look good. He looks good.
A goal and 3 assists and a 4-game point streak. And at 18 years old, probably leading leading candidate for the Calder.
Yeah, it's not even the offensive stuff that gets me excited. Like we saw during the preseason, those ridiculous videos of him back-checking and making these amazing heady veteran plays. Like that's what gets me excited. You got an 18-year-old with a head on his shoulders like that. I know it's probably not great for you that he's on the Islanders because he looks so good.
Yeah.
But I'm excited about Matthew Schaefer. It's like giving me some Aaron Ekblad vibes from a decade ago.
Ethan is right though. Evan Bouchard got worked.
But that's Evan
lunch
Bouchard. Like, are we
and he
supposed to be
stolen, dude.
surprised by it now? Like, he's an offensive defenseman that makes borderline play. Like, it's fine. It's who he is. He's got a niche for himself.
But David, when you're a $10.5 million defenseman and your other defenseman makes $9.25 million, and you have two mistake-prone defensemen locked up at $19.75 million, and you're in cap hell to the point where you have to force Connor McDavid, the greatest player in the game, to take an insane pay cut. This is what comes with it. You can't make those kinds of errors. And I saw a great quote from a Oilers writer. Hold on, let me find it real quick. Mark Spector, who said, that's the mistake that will have Bouchard in Turks and Caicos during the Olympic break. It's a good point. Is he even going to, like, with all that offense that he brings, we know that Team Canada likes to play a defensive game, especially come Olympic time. I don't see a scenario right now. I don't think Evan Bouchard is in your top six if you're Team Canada.
They don't need an offensive defenseman. Look at the forwards. Look at the players they're going to have on that team. They need players that can shut things down when they face the contrast of that from whatever the Americans, the Finns, the Swedes, what they throw at them. So, no, I'd be very surprised if Bouchard was on Team Canada.
Again, at 10.5, though, you got to.
That's not him.
You can't be that. You can't be that guy.
He didn't force them to offer him that money.
No,
He
I
just
know,
said,
of course. And I'm not saying, I'm just saying this is what comes with the territory when you're a $10.5 million defenseman. You're going to get critiqued when you make a bad play against the Islanders.
He can wipe his tears with 20s. He'll be okay.
He'll be okay.
All right, I want you guys to check this goal out here. This is from the Blackhawks Blues game. Frank Nazar, who we said,
that's our guy.
Keep an eye on him.
That's our guy.
That's our guy. One of the lone bright spots for the Blackhawks this season. Scored on a rush. Ends up crashing into the net and scores, but he ran Blues goaltender Joel Hofer. Now, this leads to him getting tackled by Jake Neighbors, and a huge scrum ends up breaking out. And all 10 position players ended up in the scrum, but somehow Nazar separates himself from the scrum and commits a pretty nice celly.
Did he do the "Are you not entertained"?
You're not entertained.
I like that.
Everybody is still roughing each other up.
See, when I see that, the only thing I think is good thing it wasn't Benner in goal.
Yeah.
Because he would have probably lost his shit. Yeah.
Yeah, he would have punched him on the blocker. Ethan, you have some notes on the Blackhawks.
Yeah, guys.
Actually wear that jersey.
I'm a big fan of what the Blackhawks are putting together this year. Like, I don't think they're going to come anywhere close to playoff territory. We'll probably see them hit a slump at some point, but they've got a little bit of juice, and we've just been looking for something, any signs of life from Chicago for the last few years, and we haven't really seen it. And you're starting to see it now with Nazar and Batard both have 6 points through 5 games. And Nazar really looks like opening night, I was more impressed with Nazar than I was with Batard. And that's not to say that I wasn't impressed with Connor Bedard, because he has a little extra, jump in his skates this year. He looks a little quicker, moving up and down the ice. His distribution has been really impressive. I think this is the Connor Bedard year. I think this is kind of the year where he rises to that level that we all kind of expect from him. Nazar got paid in the offseason. Not only that, he got invited to the the early showcase for the U.S. Olympic team. I think there's a solid chance. I don't think he'll make the team, but he's going to hang around and give them something to think about. He is a future piece for sure on Team USA. I really like this team. I like what they're putting together. There's going to be a lot of growing pains, don't get me wrong, and they're going to struggle this year. Like I said, they won't be anywhere near the playoffs, but I think we're finally starting to see the signs of life from Chicago, that this rebuild is going in the right direction, and there's going to be something here in a couple years.
Spencer Knight.
And that as well. He's been awesome for them so far.
We appreciate everybody who listens and watches the hockey show. And if you guys want to ask us questions, you can do so on all of our vast amount of social media outlets. We have a question from @JudyPlay. How did you all become hockey fans? This is for all 4 of us. So we start with you, Dave.
I became a hockey fan because kids in my apartment complex were playing street hockey, and I wanted to be involved, so I started paying attention to hockey. And I started watching the Panthers on TV in 1994, and I just got hooked, started collecting hockey cards, and I guess you could say the rest is history.
What about you, Ethan?
NHL, I think it was 2009.
The game,
came
EA
out,
Sports.
and I wanted something new for the Xbox, and I tried out NHL 09. I think Zach Parise might have been on the cover. No, somebody on the Calgary Flames. Number 3 on the Calgary Flames in 09. Dion Phaneuf. And just started watching the Panthers, and my friends in high school were really into it, and so we started going to games. Games used to be really cheap and easy to go to. Parking was $20, and the tickets were $5, and why not go? And then you could move down back in those days after the first period. Can't really do that anymore. And
no.
Yeah, and then recently it's just been a love story with everything that's been happening. So.
What about you, Rosie?
2023 that I started working with you guys because I had to.
Okay.
So I became a fan. And now I'm a real fan because I like it, but I had to become a fan.
1992, it was Blackhawks Penguins. That was the Stanley Cup final, and that was the first time I've ever watched hockey.
Oh.
And
So Hasek is the reason you fell in love with hockey.
Hasek, it was Belfour at the time. He was the starter, not Hasek. He was the backup.
That period that he played in Game 4, it just propelled his whole career.
Yeah, and then I forgot about it for a while, and then I saw the playoffs again the next year. That was Bruins Sabres. That was the May Day game.
Ah.
Yeah. And then the Florida Panthers became a hockey team down here. And there you go. That's how I became a fan.
Man.
I've been a fan for 33 years.
Some iconic Sabres games from that time. It's crazy to think about.
It was fun. Back at the old auditorium. All right, folks, we are bringing it back. It is time for Rosa en un minuto. Rosie, go ahead. You have imaging. You have to play. You have music.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Music is too loud.
Hey.
This is going swimmingly.
It's the
Oh,
very
there we
last.
go.
Yeah,
The
no.
music
Okay,
is
we
up.
need to hook
the
it con
mic is
Rose.
off.
I mean, you still have to have music, though. I mean,
Hola, hijos.
there you go.
Hola, hijos. Esta semana nos vamos a Nashville, donde los Predators tuvieron de todo. Victorias, derrotas y un final digno de telenovelas. Partido 1 fue sus Ottawa. Arrancaron en Canadá con todo. Saros fue un muro con 31 atajadas. Ryan O'Reilly mintió el gol del triunfo. Y Mara Sanchonchan y Cole Smith sellaron la victoria 4-1 con goles de portería vacía. Todo sonaba ¡Yeehaw! Partido número 2 versus Toronto. Pero el día siguiente, los Leafs lo bajaron de los caballos. Toronto metió 7 goles. Matthew hizo 2. Tavares y Nylander se robaron el show. Nashville respondió Perbix, Haula y Joshi, pero no fue suficiente. 7-4 la derrota. Partido 3 versus Montreal. Cuando parecía que se recuperaban, Cole Caulfield apareció como villano principal. Empató el partido faltando 19 segundos. Y luego en overtime les dio el beso de la muerte. Montreal ganó 3-2 y Nashville se fue con el crossover partido. Este fue un minuto de hockey con Rose. Una semana de música, caos y pop. Nos vemos la próxima, hijos.
All right.
All right.
That was
102 on the
Roy and I,
top stopwatch.
We're trying to keep track of words that we recognize. And I think we got like 5.
Yeah, I heard Uno.
I heard Ryan O'Reilly,
Toronto,
Toronto,
Partido.
Montreal.
I didn't get any names. I heard a Matthew in there.
Was there a Caballo in there?
No, but maybe because I mispronounced something it was.
All right.
Do you want it in English?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Go.
Let's
go.
try
Yeah,
this.
Please. Rose in a minute. Go
Okay,
ahead.
this is Rose in a minute. Hello, kids. This week we are heading to Nashville, where the Predators
Ooh,
had it
Nashville.
all: wins, losses, and an ending straight out of the country song. Game 1 versus Ottawa. They started strong in Canada. Saros was a wall with 31 saves. Ryan O'Reilly scored the game winner, and Marastashova and Cole Smith sealed it with 4-1 victories, empty net
Nice
goals.
man.
Everything was sounding like a yeehaw. Okay, game 2
Nashville.
Toronto. But the next night, the Leafs knocked them out of the horse. Toronto put the 7 goals. Matthew scored twice. Tavares and Nylander stole the show. Nashville answered Perbix, Haula, and Joshi, but it wasn't enough. Final 7-4 loss. Montreal. And just when it looked like they have bounced back, Cole Caulfield turned into the villain. He tied the game with 19 seconds left, then buried the overtime winner, leaving the Preds heartbroken Montreal. That was 1 minute with Rose.
Heartbroken in Montreal.
A
I
week
like
of
it.
music, chaos, and puck. See you next time, kids.
All right. That was Rose in a
Amazing.
minute, ladies and gentlemen. That
Muy
was,
bueno.
I forgot about the
turn.
yeehaw. I also heard the yeehaw the first time around.
That was
Muy
not
bueno.
Spanish. That was not Spanish.
Me
yeah.
gusta. Rosa
All right.
en un minuto.
It's time for wins.
Yeehaw!
It was time for wins and fails of the week, presented by Jägermeister. Serve a code or don't serve it at all. Jägermeister. Damn, that's code for more. Visit Jägermeister.com. Drink responsibly. What is your win, David?
My win, it's pasta.
Pasta.
It's pasta. David Pasternak just made every goalie in the world like him for his effort when Boston had an empty net the other night. They were playing Tampa. They're down. They're trying to tie the game. He's in the net, and he makes an incredible kick save with his back leg. Unbelievable. And then in the same shift, same shift. Boom! Takes out Nikita Kucherov.
Oh.
2 empty net saving plays from Pasta. David Pasternak, I am not a Bruins fan, but I am a fan of yours, sir. Well done.
Yeah,
Look at
thanks
that
for
save.
He could be a Hart candidate this year.
There.
The way he's playing early in the season and with what that team could look like if he drags them to the playoffs somehow, that's a Hart candidate for sure.
Yeah?
All right, Mikko Rantanen with a bit of revenge on one of the former teams that he played for last year. The Stars played the Colorado Avalanche in Denver and took the Avalanche to a shootout, and Rantanen had an opportunity to extract a little bit of payback against the team that traded him to Carolina, and damn right, he came through. It was a pretty goal, and Nathan McKinnon had a chance to actually tie the shootout, but he could not do that, and the Stars ended up winning in the shootout. I'm sure Rantanen felt pretty good about that one.
Yeah, it's a nice goal.
How about this?
There it is.
Mikko Rantanen has returned to Denver after the playoff series.
I hate when guys go slow.
Rantanen scores!
As a goalie, I hate when guys go slow. It's like you're supposed to match their speed. That's kind of the thing on a breakaway. So you go out, you match their speed, and then when they slow down and they change their speeds, it's really annoying. So I don't like that. Stop.
All right, Ethan, what is your win of the week?
My win of the week comes from Anaheim. Guys, I love the Anaheim Ducks this year. They're so much fun to watch. And their home opener had one of the coolest giveaways I think I've ever seen in any sport, to be honest with you. They gave away duck masks that look like the Mighty Duck logo for every fan in attendance. Now, guys, our dear friend Brad Williams was at this game. We all know he's a huge Anaheim Ducks fan and a member of the Hockey Chat. We might have one of these. We might have one of these on the way. David, you missed it. We might have one of these on the way from Brad Williams. I'm working on getting.
I'm more worried about the Hockey
I'm working
Chat
on
I
it.
keep being told that I'm not in.
I'm working on it. David, there's a waiting list.
That was an
There's a waiting list.
awesome.
But anyway, that giveaway was sick, and I'm working on getting us a mask to have in the studio,
Beautiful.
guys. So
that made me think of the movie Heat. Actually, those masks, there's gonna be I don't know, maybe I'm just a sicko, but I'm just picturing
the opening scene.
Yeah, instead of the dead presidents or whatever, you got 4 people in duck masks robbing a bank.
I mean, that would be Point Break. Point Break.
Oh yeah, Point Break. Well, no, what did they have? No, all right. Now I'm thinking the nuns were in the town.
Oh, the town is the best mask robbery ever for sure.
Anyway, so I'm just joking. No duck masks. Do only good things in duck masks.
Rosie, what's your win?
My win of the week, since you took the pasta one from me, because I don't know why I was watching that game, the pasta game, but there's something similar to pasta in the Canadiens game.
Oh, wow.
Lane Hudson
yeah.
making a save up to Cole Caulfield.
And then, that's maybe the best assist.
Yeah, and I was talking about the Nashville Predators, and I talked about the Canadiens and how they took the game, but I think that's a win because the way he stopped that puck, impressive. The Panthers could have done it, and they didn't do it.
Definitely a win.
And if you haven't heard the crowd pop from the Montreal Canadiens fans in Central Bell, go Twitter account at Hockey Show DLS.
Where were they?
And find the video in Central Bell, David. The crowd pops coming from this arena in October are unbelievable. I don't know what they're going to sound like in the playoffs.
That's an arena. That's somewhere in Canada.
Sounds like a Disney character.
It's Centre Bell. All right, let's go to the fails this week. Go ahead, David.
Centre Bell. Okay, Roy. No, I'm sorry. There was an AHL game last week in Arizona between the Ontario Reign and the Tucson Roadrunners, and a goal was scored. And then a fight ensued, but the goal celebration included the arena crew turning the lights off. But if you look really hard in the darkness, they're still swinging at each other. They're still going at it. The poor refs are trying to, do I break them up? Am I going to get hit in the face here? Oh, wait, the lights are back on. Good, now we can see the rest of the fight. Perfect. I had never seen anything like this before, ever in my life. Jacob Doty and Montana. Oh, my God.
No.
That's how you say his last name, actually.
Oh man, he took one hard right there, boy. Ooh.
Have you ever seen a fight in the dark in a hockey game?
No, not in the dark. No. I mean, no. You know what? There was a bench clearing brawl back in the 70s. I think it was Flyers and was it Russia? It may have been Russia. It may have been the Super Series between the Flyers and the Russian national team. And for them to break up that massive bench clearing brawl, they had to turn the lights off in the Spectrum. So that's what.
See, but in the spectrum, they had protocol for those kind of situations. I feel like in that building, they were ready for different brawl situations to handle. If it's the Flyers, if it's the visiting team, if everybody's involved, if skates are coming off, like they had protocol in the spectrum. That's one place they were prepared.
All right, my fail of the week, and this is a major league fail for me because the league continues to showcase Sidney Crosby as if he's not the 15th or 20th best player in the league right now. On Tuesday, when the Penguins traveled to Anaheim to play the Ducks, at 7:01 in the first period, Carter Hart scored to cut the Ducks lead to 2-1. Ryan Shea got the primary assist, and the secondary assist went to Sidney Crosby. That assist put him in 9th place all time with 1,064 assists. The NHL then went to Twitter, as we see on the screen. Currently, they went to Twitter, currently known as X, to celebrate Crosby's non-record-breaking achievement.
I can't wait to get a 9th place T-shirt. It's going to be really cool when they start selling those 9th best shirts and hats and all this swag that's going to come from that amazing milestone.
Like, who gives a shit? Call me when he's in 2nd place.
No, I'm waiting for 7th place. That's my line of demarcation. Once he's in the top 7, then we can start to celebrate.
You know what? It would impress me if he ended up in 8th place, getting that assist while blindfolded, hooked, high-sticked, and cross-checked all at the same time. This is a fail. I'm sorry.
It's a little bit.
Ethan.
My fail of the week comes from last night's Panther game. The Panthers scored late to cut the lead to 3-2.
Did they?
Well. Then there was this really garbage call, which could have been a fail of the week in itself. But then watch how the Panthers challenged the call because it was ridiculous. But watch how the officials announced the decision after review.
After review of the call on the ice stands, we have a goal. Oh, sorry.
Oh, hang on.
Excuse me. After review, there is no goal. Florida will be charged a bench minor penalty for delay of game.
Oops.
And that says it all, folks.
Yeah, for those listening at home, you should have seen Paul Maurice's face. It was basically my face on the couch, which is just, I'm over it. I'm over this game. The Panthers played terrible last night. I'm over this road trip already. Really bad call, really bad decision, and a dumb non-reversal too. And then the refs go and botch it. So that was really just a fun game last night, boys, wasn't it?
Yeah. I'm glad that it wasn't a potential game-tying goal that happened on it. It was kind of a meaningless, make it a 1-goal game instead of a 2-goal game with less than a minute to go, and just kind of a shit show. And it's like a little hierarchy of fails there.
Yeah, but those that have Sam Reinhart on our fantasy team were not so happy about it.
It's like, it's still October. I'm not worried about my fantasy team just yet.
I say this every single year. We got Buffalo next, and every single year they end up losing to Buffalo. So I'm not going to say anything this time. So whatever.
They do have Buffalo next.
They do have Buffalo next.
And it's a day game. It's a Saturday, 1 o'clock.
Yeah, but every time I say it, they lose. You would think that is an easy task to go into Buffalo and win.
This season,
season, maybe.
It's rough, man. I feel for Sabres fans. There was a lot of excitement heading into this year. They had those beer Sabres that they were selling, which I thought was like the X factor to get them into the playoffs. But no, it's been kind of more of the same.
Yeah. Well, Rosie, you have a fail. What is it?
I have a fail.
Congratulations, you have a fail. Yay! Yeah, what is it?
My fail is that Billy quit
Aww.
and left us and left me here in the worst part of the world. So,
what does that mean?
Yeah, what?
I don't know.
What are you talking about?
Is Miami the worst part of the world? Or we the worst part of the world?
I don't know. I'm just heartbroken. The good news is that I told him that he has to come to the hockey show. So you're going to expect him one day in the hockey show. So,
Are you going to book him?
I already booked him, but we don't know when. But yeah, Billy's, that's the good news. He's coming back for one episode that I asked him. And also someone else, but I won't tell you right now.
Is it Justin Bieber?
Is it Lucy?
I'm trying to get Stugatz.
Oh.
Okay, then. All right. Good, because I'm the host of the show. I need to know,
I know.
this information.
Actually, you are the one trying to get us Stugatz, but
I am?
yeah.
I was not informed of this.
Stugatz love you, so yeah, you're getting him.
On YouTube, at The Hockey Show DLS, we did an exclusive interview with Jerron Michaels. He is a comedian and a very diehard Rangers fan. We talked to him.
Did we do the interview?
Well, no, we didn't do the interview. She did.
Rose did the interview.
No,
Rose
I did not. I introduced him, and he's a friend of mine, so Roy could bond with him about the frustration of working with me, but it's very good working with me.
For those of you who are watching on DraftKings Network, you can also go to YouTube and watch our interview with Shayna Goldman from The Athletic. And we will talk to her about Carter Hart and what Vegas.
Fire.
Yeah. Like Vegas. I mean, like she said, if you have to release a statement about a signing, maybe you made the wrong decision. that
starts and stops right there.
Like, I think we can all agree with her, Shayna, on that. So she joins us next on The Hockey Show.
Howdy, folks. It's Mike Ryan. Super excited to talk to you about the official ticketing partner of the Dan Le Batard Show. They've been a good partner of ours, and I couldn't be prouder of it because, folks, you know I really use Game Time. I practice what I preach here, people, because the Game Time app gives the advantage back to fans. It's a hack for unlocking amazing tickets, especially when it comes to the National Football League. It is hard to get some really prime NFL tickets, and Game Time makes it so incredibly easy because the interface is beautiful and easy to understand, and the Game Time guarantee means that you can trust that you'll be getting 100% authentic tickets on time and at the best price. Plus, fees are always included, so what you see is what you pay. You get zone deals, favorites, panoramic seat views, the low price guarantee, and Game Time's unparalleled ticket coverage. Take the guesswork out of buying NFL tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code Dan for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code DAN for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download the Game Time app today.
It was my plan to have Shayna Goldman on here from The Athletic to talk about just how badly the New York Rangers are playing. Except the Golden Knights decided to say to us, hold my hockey stick, because they decided to sign Carter Hart to a professional tryout. Shayna, what are your thoughts about Hart getting this opportunity with Vegas?
Yeah, I think if you have to lead with a statement, you're probably doing something wrong. It's as simple as that. Listen, I understand their goaltending situation is stretched a little thin right now with Aiden Hill injured, and even, when he's healthy, their tandem really hasn't been as good as it was when they had Logan Thompson too. Do I think this is the move on the ice? No, this is a goalie who hasn't played in a while, and when he last played, I think wasn't, oh my God, amazing. That
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes hockey teams will go, okay, this guy is incredible, we'll sign him and forget about everything else. But here, neither reason adds up. It just feels like the wrong move, and I get it. A lot of people say they get a second chance, they've earned that, right? You didn't earn anything. And to be in this league, to be one of 32 potentially starting goalies or backup goalies, right? So 64 goalie positions at the NHL level. It is a privilege to do that. You have to earn that. And then the statements to follow up of him saying like, no, it's fine, I did stuff in Philadelphia for the community. It all lacks. It just feels so tone deaf. So bad decision, bad move, and I don't think it's going to be great on the ice either.
I mean, you've been on the show, and we've talked about bad behavior from players and executives and coaches and them getting multiple chances despite that behavior. Do you think the other 4 acquitted members of Hockey Canada will get opportunities not here in the league, but overseas?
Yeah, I mean, Michael McLeod already is signing in the KHL, which feels very fitting.
3 years, I think, 4 years.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sure other players will jump over to European leagues as well, but I think sometimes it takes one team to do it, and they can take the heat for it. And I think the NHL kind of took a lot of the heat off Vegas in that they put out the statement saying, hey, these players will be eligible. So Vegas could say, well, the NHL said it was okay, therefore it's fine, right? So if they do this, I won't be surprised, like, if it works, other teams follow, because that's the way it goes, right? If one team does something and I don't want to say it's excused, but like they dust it under the rug, then it like sets the tone for everybody else to do it. But I just don't think we're talking about, players that anybody needs in their lineup if you put everything else aside either. Like, there are much better options and more deserving players of the chance to do it. So it's not worth the headache, and it's not worth it on the ice. And also, like, can we just have a moral compass for 4 seconds?
No, we can't.
Not in sports. No, we can't do that. Okay.
We can here. On the hockey show, yes. But we
then.
don't have a whole lot of power over the NHL.
Let's just be glad our Florida Panthers weren't caught up in any of this. Let's just say that.
Well, that's a whole different story. But anyway, all right, here we go. The New York Rangers. What the
Well, they can't score. So they did score a goal last night. Hang the banner. They did it.
But it was on the road, though.
We did it. Yay.
It was on the road at home. It's, look, they have their chances, right? I think that you're seeing them drive to the slot area. You're seeing them generate chances off the cycle. They're forechecking better. It's all things that are improvements from last year. But at the end of the day, this team was always going to be somewhat shorthanded offensively because sometimes you can take it to the limits of your roster, right? And you look at how many guys are legitimate goal scorers here. You have Artemi Panarin, you have JT Miller. Those are both two reliable players. Mika Zibanejad hasn't been that goal-scoring threat over the last couple of seasons. I think he's already showing, positive signs. He's shooting the puck more at 5-on-5. He's getting to the quality areas more, and I think the goal-scoring will come. And then you go to guys like Will Cooley and Alexis Lafreniere, and you're like, okay, solid supporting cast. But below that, the bottom six doesn't have much scoring talent. So already you were going to be in this position if you're the Rangers. But with Vincent Trocheck injured, it just feels more strained. And now it just kind of feels like they're cursed. And I think it's that much harder to break through when there's so much attention on them to score goals, right? Because now everybody's talking about it. So they definitely are getting their chances. And it's only a matter of time before they score. But at the end of the day, I don't think this was ever going to be the most high-octane offensive team, regardless, just based on how the roster is constructed.
So thinking about the Rangers and the offense and what they're perhaps lacking leads me to my next question for you. What's a bigger surprise start for this season? Chris Kreider in Anaheim or Shane Pinto in Ottawa? Because both of them are just gangbusters to start the year.
I'm not surprised about Chris Kreider. I watched him play his entire career here. I wrote about the Rangers a lot while he was here. And last year I did a deep dive into his game as well in the early goings of the season to try to figure out what was going wrong for him. And it does seem like the injuries were the biggest issue. I think the system hurt, but I think the injuries were what held him back from being as effective off the rush and even in his net front role on the power play. So if he were to get healthy, it felt like there's a way to get him back on track. If you can maximize, some of the skills, like he's not the perfect puck carrier, he's not an elite passer, but he's someone who has the speed, has the skill, and has the dexterity in front of the net to be effective. So to put him on that Anaheim power play with a lot of young guns, now that he's healthy, it just clicks. Shane Pinto, on the other hand, doesn't have that track record to fall back on. And with the Senators, I think we all had to look at them and go, do you have that second layer of offense behind Tim Stützle and Brady Tkachuk? And over the last couple of years, the answer has been absolutely not. I mean, last season, the shooting percentage is low. That's why they're not scoring goals. But the expected goal creation at 5-on-5 still lacked. So it's not, it wasn't the most surprising they were where they ranked in goal scoring last year. So to have him emerge as this really good all-around 3C, and, I think you could just label him as a middle six center because he's been playing a lot more. That goal scoring's more surprising, but it's so needed there.
Shayna, a team I've really enjoyed watching in the early going so far is the Chicago Blackhawks.
Which is why you're wearing the jersey.
Which is why I'm wearing the jersey today.
Over your Panthers shirt, under your Panthers hat.
With the Panther hat.
Well, you're not matching.
Well, I was in Chicago recently. Do you guys know I went to see Oasis? It was
different
awesome.
conference.
Anyway, Shayna, the Blackhawks have been really fun so far. Batard looks great. Nazar looks great. I don't think anybody's expecting playoffs based off this start, but it's this kind of the start of something new. Are you seeing the signs of life that we were all hoping to see this year?
Yeah, they're fun. I'm tuning into their games and I'm excited about it, which I haven't said in a minute because they got Connor Bedard and obviously things didn't go as planned year one with him in the lineup. And I think it's really hard to be a first overall pick because others have set the bar so high. But generally speaking, if you're a team that drafts first overall, you're really bad. So that player now is jumping into the mix and expected to be the guy, and it's just not always going to happen. Not everybody's Connor McDavid. And then you have Macklin Celebrini come in last year and just start crushing it out of the gates on another bad team, and it's oh, why isn't Bedard doing it? So the vibes feel different, and it starts with him because he looks a lot better. He looks more confident. He looks more decisive, and I think we're seeing him play to his strengths, but it's not just him anymore. You're seeing Sam Rinzel looks really good on defense, and you're seeing this up-and-coming group just come together. Frank Nazar looks great off the rush. He's so good at generating scoring chances, and he's converting on them too, and I think he just has the right kind of energy. So they had a bold strategy saying, hey, we don't need to go for more veterans, right? Fuck it. We're not going to be like the Sharks and just sign a bunch of guys to play around the young guys. They're the young guys are going to do it, and they're actually doing it. It's fun. It's exciting. All of a sudden, the light at the end of the tunnel is there. It's going to be a while, but it finally feels like they took that step.
Yeah, it's really working out well for the Sharks, too, huh? God.
All right, the Canadiens have signed multiple players up until at least 2030. Juraj Slafkowski, Cole Caulfield, Lane Hudson, Nick Suzuki, Caden Goulet, and Noah Dobson all signed. What does that mean for hockey in Montreal?
Okay, so talking vibey teams, they, to me, are number one.
I love this team.
They're so much fun. The energy is just there. The crowd, everything. Like, you go back to last season and their post-Four Nations push, and they were a blast to watch. Then Demidov comes. He touches the puck, and the crowd is erupting every single time. Like, I get it if you're a Leafs fan or, you're right there in the division, you can't enjoy it. But I think the rest of the hockey world is just having a blast watching them. This core is really good, right? Like Cole Caulfield, he's just a goal scorer. You hear it all the time. Well, he's really damn good at it. And I think that his passing isn't bad either. So you look at guys like Nick Suzuki, he is a total star. And Lane Hudson is so good on the back end. Dobson, he's exactly what they need. And it just feels like they're putting together the young talent, and they're putting together a group that's in this similar age range, and it's going to help them be a contender in the long run. Like, I like the team building. I like the approach this offseason. They didn't say, well, we made the playoffs. Let's jump at 32-year-olds and see what happens and give them long-term deals when we're not ready for it. They were like, this is the measured approach. This is the way we need to keep operating, and you're seeing the results come together.
All right, Shayna, you talked up Ivan Demidov there, so that leads me to my question about the Calder race. Obviously, he's been great. Matthew Schaefer in the Islanders has been eye-poppingly good, and Jimmy Snudrud has been fun to watch, and I love his name. What's your take? I know you recently wrote about it on the Calder race on a way too early basis.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fun this year. I think we were so spoiled last year. Like, the Calder is one of the toughest ones to judge, I think, when you're going through awards, because literally there's no criteria. It's just like this rookie is good. I like them enough. There you go. You get an award. It's not like did they do certain things in the defensive zone, and were they really good at scoring? Like, it has to be a little bit of everything, and you're comparing 3 different positions. So it's tough. And last year we got so spoiled, right? Celebrini, Lane Hudson, Dustin Wolf, one at each position. That's amazing. This year, I don't know if we'll get that. I don't know if there's going to be a goalie that's going to emerge enough, but it does feel like the young talent is so exciting. Like, Zeev Buium has been really great in Minnesota and been exactly what they need on the back. And I think Sam Rinzel looks sick in Chicago. But I am looking at Schaefer and Demidov, because Demidov, we know, is really good. He's one of the most skilled, prospects that the Canadiens had, and you're seeing it come together. He's smart, the way he sees the ice. He can actually execute. He's just super crafty, and he's exactly what they need below that top line that just dominated play last year. But Schaefer, he comes in, and it's tough. Again, first overall pick, it's tough for defensemen as first overall picks. You look at guys like Dahlin, it doesn't always work right off the bat. But to me, he comes in, he looks confident. He brings so much pace to the Islanders, which they need. He is creative. He operates at such a fast speed, and you're just seeing everything the Islanders don't have when he's out there just crushing it in, 26 minutes a game. So I am absolutely pumped about this rookie race.
I know the Sabres signed Lindy Ruff to bring back the good times from the first 15 years that he was a coach there. But the last 2 seasons have been a disaster. And this roster was inherited for him. So it's been a bad team for a long time, and now he has to coach a really bad team. So will the Sabres management view him as a scapegoat and fire him maybe at the end of next week?
I don't think so. I think it's going to be like a good faith thing here. Like, if he were to leave, I feel like it'll be like a mutual parting of ways and not firing him. Like, I think at this point, they had to know what they were getting in him, because it's not just, this is what he was for the Sabres before, but this is what he's done since, in New Jersey. This is what he was as a head coach. This is what you're getting. So you kind of reap what you sow in that sense. And I think that everybody knows if he were to be fired tomorrow, it all comes down to the decision to hire him in the first place. It's all going to fall on management's shoulders. And we were talking about this on Too Many Men, and Sarah Sevilla made such a good point about it. Like, the Sabres keep planning for best case scenario, which some teams can do, right? If you're the Florida Panthers and you go, we're going to acquire this guy, or we're going to sign Paul Maurice, right, who I was super low on when he left Winnipeg, they're planning for the best case scenario, and it actually works out because they have that foundation and that strength, especially with the front office, with the coaching staff now, that they can bring in players and it works. The Sabres don't have that. You have to build it. They don't have it at any level. So I don't know what they were expecting from Lindy Ruff. He just feels like a placeholder to me until someone else comes along. And in this league, it's a safe bet someone else will come along, because coaches, the average tenure is only around 2 years. So that coaching carousel will keep spinning and they'll find someone else to replace him afterwards. But at the end of the day, this is a management problem.
So we've seen McDavid get his deal for, whatever, it's not a big deal. But we've seen Kyle Connor get his deal, Jack Eichel get his deal. So I'm thinking, who's next, right? Is that guy Martin Necas? Because he's been doing some good things in Colorado, and he's about due for a big deal.
I think I'm going to go with like a Kempe first. I think that's going to happen first. Because if I'm the Avs, I wait on Necas. I think he's been excellent to start there. I think it was really good. Post-trade last year, he clicks with Nathan MacKinnon. He can operate at such a high speed. And obviously you risk waiting because what if prices continue to inflate for wingers, right? You're seeing that with Connor and Kaprizov and players like that. And what if he keeps this up? But I think on the other hand, I look at it and just thinking of Necas's track record, I go, what if he doesn't, right? Because last year he gets off to this great scoring start with the Canes. And then as the year rolled on, you kind of see the underlying numbers start to dip. And the scoring eventually dried up with it. Do I think that's going to happen here? Not necessarily. He's playing with Nathan MacKinnon. It's a lot different. But I would pump the brakes just to make sure this is like the complete and total right fit, because you can't afford to sign a bad contract if you're Colorado. It's a little bit different. But I also think here, this might not be the same overpayment that we see, because for Kyle Connor, he is the guy up front in Winnipeg, and Kaprizov is in Minnesota. In Colorado, you're second to Makar and McKinnon. You're going to be every single day of the week. And then you still have guys like Landeskog there. So it's like, it kind of changes the hierarchy a bit that I think should come into contract play.
And finally, Brady Tkachuk is out 6 to 8 weeks with a thumb surgery. How bad is it going to get for the Senators without their captain?
It's not good, because he's definitely one of their better offensive generators. He brings energy. He's effective. He hits. He does a little bit of everything, right? Like, everybody loves Brady Tkachuk in Ottawa, and rightfully so. And everybody around the league loves him after, Four Nations, after his playoff performance. But I think it's a good test for them now, because they went into this year having to figure out a way to generate offense when he's not on the ice anyway. Now they're forced to do it. So I think that's going to make other players step up. Like, will Drake Batherson keep scoring goals? Can David Perron find that scoring touch again? He did last night on the power play. What can Dylan Cousins do if he's leaned on a little bit more? And obviously Shane Pinto's popping off, so that helps too. So I think this is going to force them to learn a little bit more about themselves offensively, because it's where they seriously lack. And then once Tkachuk comes back, he should just fit right into his place, and everything kind of just trickles down and goes right back into formation. So there's a learning opportunity here, as long as they don't completely blow their playoff chances between now and then.
We love this sport, even though this sport makes so many questionable decisions. Shayna Goldman, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Every October, my pets get just as excited as the rest of the family, which sounds cute until you realize that means I need costumes that actually fit, toys that don't fall apart instantly, and treats they won't just sniff and walk away from. Luckily, Chewy has it all. Fast delivery, great deals, everything in one place. Dopey's happy, Izzy's happy. I look like I know what I'm doing. They've got food, treats, toys, even flea meds, all shipped to my door in a day or two. And if I have questions like which flea treatment's best, or if my dogs can actually pull off a taco costume, someone at Chewy's there 24/7. Plus, with a 100% satisfaction guarantee, I can return anything within a year. Finding costumes for bigger dogs is usually impossible, but Chewy has sizes for everyone. This Halloween, make your pets be part of the celebration. Shop costumes, toys, and treats with Chewy. Go to chewpanions.chewy.com/LeBatard Show to get $20 off your first order. That's chewpanions.chewy.com/LeBatard Show to get $20 off your first order. chewpanions.chewy.com/LeBatard Show.
Hey audience, I got a special treat for you, because I want to talk to you about Miller Lite, but I want to talk to you about Miller Lite with my good friend Rose. Hey Rose!
Hi everybody!
When we hang out, and we hang out often, we're friends. I consider us friends.
Yeah, me too.
We're often toasting the good times. And what am I toasting with?
With Miller Lite!
That's right, Miller Lite. Whether you're hanging out with your dear friend Rose or at game day, it just hits different when you got a Miller Lite in your hand. From jaw-dropping touchdowns to fantasy heartbreaks, it's a beer that has been there for every moment. 50 years of great taste, simple ingredients, and that iconic golden color that you can spot across the room. And it's just not the color of the beer, which is brilliant. That beautiful white can. How beautiful is that? Is that you doing the sound of a can opening? Is that your favorite sound?
No, it is a horsey.
A horsey? All right, we'll stop doing that. And here's a kicker. Miller Lite is just 96 calories, 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. The original light beer since 1975. That's right. And still hitting different 5 decades later. You're so good at this, Rose.
I know.
So whatever your game day looks like, remember, Miller time is always a good
time.
Look at us. We're a great tag team. High five again. Can you do that beer sound one more time? And the horse sound one more time? I regret asking you about that one, but the Miller Lite sound is good. Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Shan to find delivery options near you, or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's Miller.
Time.
Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12
ounces.
No, it says.
Oh, it says.
All right, we are in the Panthers Den, and Saturday,
rough week.
Saturday was a good game. They beat Ottawa 62 at home, and then they went on the road. And it's been a tough one. They lost 5-2 to Philadelphia, lost 4-1 to Detroit, and lost 3-1 to New Jersey. And also within that, we found out that Dmitry Kulikov is going to be out 5 months with a torn labrum. He had to have surgery on it. So he's going to be out for a while. That injury was sustained in the Flyers game at home last week.
Yep.
So we got Alexander Barkov, Matthew Tkachuk, Tomas Nosek, and now a defenseman in Dmitry Kulikov who are out long term. Uvis Belinskis was called up to replace Kulikov, and he is paired with Jeff Petrie. And that pairing has not been great.
No, I would imagine it's going to take some adjustment. Peastry was still adjusting to Cooley. They had been skating together since basically the start of camp. So while Belinskis has been up with the team and he's been there, he's been present, it's not a surprise that there'd be a little bit of an adjustment period. And there is a reason that Kulikov was the starter ahead of Belinskis.
The combined score on these road games, 12-4. The Panthers gave up 7 goals in the third period.
Yeah.
2 of those were empty netters, so I guess it
4 of those were empty
2 in
netters.
each.
No, they
4.
gave up 2 in each of the Detroit and the Philly games.
Oh, yeah.
So
Right, yeah.
these have been close games.
I was counting the games with Danil Tarasov, who, by the way,
has been
solid,
awesome.
Ethan.
Really?
Yeah, no, he looks really good. He's super athletic. He moves well in the net. Like, he's made some great saves. I've been really impressed with Tarasov. These games have been close. Like, they've been close into the third period, and then a couple early pulls from Maurice have given way to 2 empty netters in the Detroit and the Philly games, like I said, and it makes it look and feel a lot worse than it was. But the New Jersey effort, I thought, was really poor last night, to be honest with you. I didn't like what I saw from the Panthers at all. The third period, they could barely get the puck into the zone. They didn't have any scoring chances, it seemed like, and New Jersey was just in their zone the entire night. New Jersey's a good team, give them credit, and they look really nice to start the season. But, it's a long road trip, and they've got Buffalo coming tomorrow at 1 p.m. to try and bail them out. And salvage something from this road trip. And then Boston on Tuesday as well, which will be an interesting game with Brad Marchand returning to Boston. But, Panthers need to get going a little bit. And I don't know how many more injuries they can sustain, boys. I mean, Brad Marchand left last night's game for a little bit, and you're looking at it and you're like, oh, my God, like if he's out for an extended period of time, like then really what are they going to do? Because he's been such an important offensive threat for them so far. So it's tough.
Disappointing.
Yeah, it's tough. It's been... This road trip has really been ugly.
Thanks, Rosie. The
Dynamite
Panthers,
drop in, Rosie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Panthers made a deft move. They claimed Donovan Sabrango off of waivers. He was waived by the Ottawa Senators. He played a total of 4 games with Ottawa. He spent a bulk of his ice time for the past 3 seasons with the Bellevue Senators, the AHL affiliate. Do we have any information on this guy?
Not really.
Not really? Okay. Well, there you go.
Ottawa fans seem to be upset that he left.
I guess Ottawa had a prospect. I mean, did they have any room for him? Is the question.
I don't think that obviously not. And to the Panthers' credit, they've done a good job in targeting players that fit into their system. So I'd imagine they view him as somebody that could slide in once he learns everything and potentially play. But I think this is more of a depth move than anything else. They've got Toby Bjornfot at the AHL level that could come up to play at the NHL if they need somebody that badly. But you just got to make sure that your depth is taken care of.
The Panthers have a promotion with Chick-fil-A, which I did not know they had. Apparently, if any Panther goaltender makes 30 saves or more, people can get an 8-piece box of chicken nuggets the next day.
What?
Now keep in mind, this doesn't happen often.
Wait, the Panthers goalie has to make 30 saves?
The Panthers goalie has to make 30 saves.
And does it have to be a home game?
No.
Oh, so it could be a road game.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this happened because Tarasov made 30 saves against the Devils.
30 saves last night.
Yeah.
31.
Yeah, 31. You
31.
made more than 30 saves against the Devils, and this does not happen often. Like
No.
it happened 10 times last season, regular season and playoffs.
Well, then
30
I guess that's a smart
more.
Chick-fil-A gets the advertising, get their name out there, but they don't have to give up the free nugs that much.
Yeah, between 3 goaltenders, 10 times last season. Vivek Vanacek and Spencer Knight along with Bob. Yeah, so given the Panthers' injury situation, could we see more 30 save?
You turned this into an analyst question. This is not where I thought you were going with that topic.
Pretty impressive, Roy. It's pretty amazing.
Yes, Roy. I think if things continue on their path, it could be raining nuggets at some point this season. If that's what you're looking for, my friend, yeah.
That's why they pay me the little bucks. That is Panthers Den.
Oh, wait, I did have one thing I wanted to throw in to the Panthers Den, a positive.
What's that, David?
When I was going through the stats, Mackie Samoskevich is 6th on the team, not just in forwards. He's 6th on the team in both shots on goal and hits.
Really?
How cool is that?
How cool is that? Like, it's not reflective in my betting sheet because I bet on him with shots and it's just not happening.
No, I'm just like, for somebody that like it's his first full NHL pro year, after his rookie season, it's the sophomore year. So I think the fact that he's getting into the dirty areas and doing all that. Yes, Rosie, I'm wrapping it up. I think that's really cool.
That is the Panthers Den, ladies and gentlemen.
Roar.
Thank you again. Thanks to Shayna Goldman for joining us once again, bringing the fire in regards to Carter Hart. That's going to be an interesting situation.
She knows her stuff, man.
Yeah.
God,
she knows her stuff. She's excellent with stats and very good.
I wish I had that ability to just pull stats off so many different topics in the moment and be so knowledgeable about it. Like that's oof.
Yeah, things would have to like flow out of my head.
No, I don't.
Space.
I don't have the mental capacity for that.
Yeah, I'm forgetting people's birthdays now. I mean, it's ridiculous. But anyway, that's our show for this week. For everybody in the back, because I completely forgot who's back there. I think it's Jason and Gino. Hey, look at those guys back there doing that little surfer thing, the thumb and the pinky. Yeah,
it's
good job.
Jano.
Yeah, Jano. Wait, Chris Cody?
No.
Okay, there you
Definitely
go.
not.
Ethan, Rosie, thank you. David, you are, as usual, a co-host. My name is Roy Bellamy. That is the Hockey Show for this week. We will see you if we're not canceled.
Hey, audience, I got a special treat for you because I want to talk to you about Miller Lite, but I want to talk to you about Miller Lite with my good friend Rose. Hey, Rose.
Hi, everybody.
When we hang out, and we hang out often, we're friends. I consider us friends.
Yeah, me too.
We're often toasting the good times. And what am I toasting with?
With Miller Lite.
That's right, Miller Lite. Whether you're hanging out with your dear friend Rose or at game day, it just hits different when you got a Miller Lite in your hand. From jaw-dropping touchdowns to fantasy heartbreaks, it's a beer that has been there for every moment. 50 years of great taste, simple ingredients, and that iconic golden color that you can spot across the room. And it's just not the color of the beer, which is brilliant. That beautiful white can. How beautiful is that? Is that you doing the sound of a can opening? Is that your favorite sound?
No, it is a horsey.
A horsey? All right, we'll stop doing that. And here's a kicker. Miller Lite is just 96 calories, 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. The original light beer since 1975. That's right. And still hitting different 5 decades later. You're so good at this, Rose.
I know.
So whatever your game day looks like, remember, Miller time is always a good
time.
Look at us. We're a great tag team. High five again. Can you do that beer sound one more time? And the horse sound one more time? I regret asking you about that one, but the Miller Lite sound is good. Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Shan to find delivery options near you, or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's Miller
time.
Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12
ounces.
No, it says.
Oh, it says.
Now's a good time to remember where tequila's story truly began. In 1795, Cuervo invented tequila.
Cuervo.
What are you doing here?
Cuervo. Anytime someone says Cuervo, I show up.
Well, I do know that to be true, but even during ad reads, like...
Cuervo.
I think you could lay out, especially for one of our great partners.
Sweet, delicious Cuervo.
Since then, Cuervo has stayed true to its roots. The same family, the same land, the same passion.
Cuervo.
So, enjoy the tequila that started it all. Cuervo.
Cuervo.
The tequila that invented tequila. Proximo. Cuervo.com. Please drink responsibly.